I would like to make a very important clarification regarding what was said in the news report about me relating to wanting surgery and needing surgery to get better. Because there was people on Reddit saying that, oh, she just wants this assumes that she needs this surgery. Well, unfortunately, the news did not report that I have been multiply diagnosed with neck instability. Um, you can see how weak my neck is in the video. But anyway, I've been diagnosed with it by a leading neurosurgeon, Dr. Fraser Henderson, in the USA after MRIs and CTs and meeting him in person. And in addition, it's been confirmed by Dr. Blaskovich in Langley. He's a sports medicine doctor and he does DMX motion x-rays, which I did. And it was confirmed again by the Polish neurosurgeon that I've been speaking to, who, noted that I have a brainstem compression because I have the typical Ehlers-Danlos-Chiari malformation where my brain does not have, like the bottom of my brain doesn't have much room there with where it meets the skull, and therefore because my neck's unstable there, it's pressing on it because it's right there. And this causes something called cervicomedullary syndrome. Anyway, he confirmed that, and the neuroradiologist in England also looked at my old and newer scans and confirmed the same thing. I have ligament damage in my neck, which is causing instability from the C1 to the C6, especially in the C1 to C2. That is how I'm living. It is very painful. It causes all kinds of problems. It makes living extremely difficult. And no, I don't want to continue on long term if I'm going to be made to live like this. I don't think I can do it. And that's why I said what I said about MAID. So just to clarify, that's everything that was said there is backed up by facts. The problem with the situation is that the ILC Foundation has been advocating for years to get neurosurgical services for Ehlers-Danlos patients. The neurosurgeons in Canada, most of them don't want to help, don't want to learn about it, and are trying to tell themselves, like I said in the other video, that it's not necessary and it might not actually help and all this, because there have been some cases that didn't turn out too well. And it was because there was a lack of skill. Sometimes there was just more surgery needed, but there have been lots of cases that have been positive and people have experienced improvement. Sometimes people with EDS need, more than one surgery, and, that's because EDS messes up the spine. And, fusing one area will help that area, but it might eventually cause pressure on another area. So guess what? That's a financial drain for them. That's too much of a bother for them. It's like we don't mean enough, or we're not worthy enough. We're not worth, maintaining, basically. And if we're not maintained surgically, for some of us who have surgical needs and spinal complications, if that's not maintained, we do not do well. We do very poorly and we suffer. And right now we're being made to suffer because the neurosurgeons in Canada don't want to help. And they're choosing not to, and the politicians are not standing up to them enough. And, the thing is, unfortunately, we had a neurosurgeon prepared in 2016, ready to do the surgeries, Dr. Mohammed Shamji. And unfortunately, he killed his wife and went to jail. And nobody expected that. And it obviously completely threw a massive wrench in the entire effort. And then the pandemic happened. So budget-wise and everything, it's been even harder to pry that service out of the medical system. But we're still trying. And in the meantime, people that are living like this, that have been diagnosed by doctors out of country like me, are not invalid. We are very much valid. We are suffering. And we are tired of being gaslit by Canadian doctors. Some Canadian doctors support and sympathize, some gaslight. A lot of the ones that support and sympathize can't really help because their hands are tied, like my GP. He doesn't gaslight me, he believes what's going on, but he can only give me pain medication. He can't fuse my neck. He's the GP, he's not a neurosurgeon. So all that I'm saying is that my problem is very real and it has been diagnosed, and I can, provide proof of it. And so to answer those questions, it's very real. And so are the problems of others with similar conditions to me in Canada. Other Ehlers-Danlos patients with neck instability and Chiari malformations and such. We are not getting the help we need. People are dying. People are choosing to do MAID. It isn't necessary because it is treatable. So that's the bottom line.